on, guys? Welcome to the movie dive. Today we're diving into Talk to Me. This film is an Australian film made by former YouTubers, maybe they're still doing YouTube videos. Danny and Michael Philippou, I believe is how you say it. I heard they're pretty big on YouTube. I've never really heard of them, but how awesome is it that they made a feature film? And how awesome is it that they made a great feature film? Talk to Me, it is a horror slash thriller. It's a perfect hour and 35 minutes long, which is nice because I've been seeing so many movies that are just over the 2.5 hour mark. It's nice to go in, come out, great pacing, straight to the point, great ending, and we're out of there. So last week I did Barbenheimer, Oppenheimer, Barbie. I did those two movies in a review. This week I saw Talk to Me, as well as I also saw Haunted Mansion. Decided to do a small review of Haunted Mansion right now. The movie was not good and I'm not going to see it again. Anyway, on to Talk to Me, a movie that is the best horror movie I've seen since Hereditary, in the sense of when I saw the movie, there are definitely genuine parts that creep me the hell out. One of the best things of this movie is I went into it not knowing much. Again, it's that it's a foreign film. It's Australian. I don't know any of the actors in this movie. This movie's lead is Sophie Wilde. She plays a character named Mia, who is grieving during the film. That's all I really want to say about that, because I want you guys to go in it knowing as little as possible. This movie is a great metaphor, I believe. I mean, I could be wrong, so they leave it up to interpretation, but I believe this film is a metaphor for certain routes that people take when they're dealing with grief. And that makes the movie very deep, it makes it very profound, and it definitely can hit home for certain people out there. It's not the type of horror that you go to see and just be entertained like I feel like Barbarian was, and Barbarian did that so well. This is more of a horror film that you truly feel pretty terrified a lot of times throughout. You feel the dread, you feel the depression, and you feel the sense of despair throughout the whole film. If I had any critique for this movie, I guess it would be that some of the scares are not as original, but a lot of stuff has been done a million times in horror movies. As long as you do it correctly, we've seen spirit movies a lot of times, but this one definitely has scenes that take it to a pretty nightmarish level. Now, one thing I was thinking is this movie gets a sequel, will they name it Talk to Me? Interesting. They could come up with a lot of sequel names to this movie. Talk to Me, Talk to the Hand. Talk to Me, First You Walk, then You Talk. Okay, anyway, this movie is very original. It's great. I have a feeling if it does continue to have success, they will make sequels, because it kind of is in a world that you could build upon. I feel like there's interpretation that they could add on to. Hopefully it doesn't turn into like Saw 10 or the Conjuring 20 movies. But this movie in itself, for now, it's a really good movie to enjoy. I saw it in pure daylight, which I hope you do too, because it's not something you want to come home and sit in the darkness think over. I was in my car afterwards thinking about this movie for about 15 minutes to myself. So in the end, I'm going to go ahead and give Talk to Me a 4 out of 5. I thought it was a really well-made film. It is a movie that you can't watch that often because it is truly dreadful and definitely adds some depression into your life. However, I'm not going to get too deep into the review because it is a movie best to watch without knowing much. Let me know what you guys thought of Talk to Me. Please leave it in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on The Movie Dive.